Hey guys, Thomas is Junior here, aka Mustached, here to review the movie Anna. Now, I've seen the trailers for this movie go about a few times, so I decided to check it out. It's sort of a spy espionage type of movie with action akin to sort of a John Wick style type of movie. So, if any of that interests you, then sure enough, this movie will probably do you just fine as we follow Anna, a woman who is quickly brought in by these individuals, this particular Russian team that wants to use her, train her, and then use her to take out these people one by one, doing it in a certain style and just kicking ass. So the movie has a bit of a going back and forth style to it. Whenever a mission is taken on, it will usually show how the mission prep went on like a few days before or 6 months before or whatever. So do be prepared for that, as this movie also does have like these bits where they'll cut off at a certain point to come back to that point later on, sort of re-show what happened, and then expand on that point. So if that isn't your cup of tea, then maybe, maybe this might not be the movie for you. Who knows? For me, it was a little bit to take in. Sometimes I was like, okay, I was trying to figure out all the puzzle pieces, where they aligned, if all the time stuff made a little bit of sense. I do think they try to go back a little bit too much here. So yeah, there is a little bit of that going on, but I think the action for when it does happen, it's fine. Her first mission, or one of her first missions, that is, she is given a gun, and proceeds to have a target to take out. When she goes in, guns out, she realizes she has no bullets to do the mission in, and all these people who are working for this guy all get up and start to try to gun her out, or try to take her out when they are in close quarters ranged, and thus an integral fight of her picking up enemy's weapons and using close quarters combat to defeat all the opposing group. So she ends up overdoing it in terms of time, and this boss lady of hers is like, you took way too long, whatever. So within her time frame, she ends up falling in love, quote unquote, in love with one of this like Russian guy who's like, I guess, the main one responsible for training her. She also conveniently falls in love with, and I'll say that in terms of, because the ending is a little bit weird, and I don't know. Anyways, I'll say that the more legit love is between this other woman that she comes to know through these photo shoots that she does. This is like, the photo shoot thing is like her cover, I suppose. So she often would hang out with this other lady. I don't remember her name though. So yeah. But there's a third love interest, and I'll put that one in quotes as well because of what happens later on. So eventually she comes into cross with this FBI agent who says that they are also going to use her because they know that she's committed all these crimes, or all these assassinations, so they want to have her hand in work. So she's going back and forth between this Russian squad and this United States squad of assassination and FBI espionage, and trying to figure out how she can get out of this now, how she can be free from all of this nonsense. So she has to sort of make her way through by force, and through some sexual manipulation. whether that's sleeping with the American guy or the Russian guy at certain times. And I will say, as far as like endings are concerned, the lady that she was with, I don't think at the end of the movie they were together. Question mark? I forget. Um, she sort of goes off on her own, if anything else. Um, so yeah, she sort of leaves the lady behind too. Uh, and to finish off the setup, uh, the Russian team and the American team are all going at each other. Uh, they have all this set up, like all these spies on each side, and they're all meeting at this park to do this final showdown of showdowns. Everyone's ready. Anna's like in between everyone, of course, and she makes her way there as soon as everything is about to escalate to all-out war, espionage war. So she sits down, kisses them both, shows them she has gathered intel on both of them, or gotten intel for both of them. That setup was a little bit weird. It seemed like she was giving them intel for them to bribe them, question mark, or to work with them. I'm not really sure. That part was a little bit confusing. So she is able to make her way out of that. She says, the whole freedom thing again. She wants to be free from both of these sides. So she leaves, and the woman that she worked for makes her way over there and then shoots Anna. So all the people who are like spying on Anna like cease to, and then she's able to move freely as she was shot with fake bullets or a fake gun or whatever. So she ends up in the sewer by herself, Anna that is, and then proceeds to change her hair, change her whole look, while she's moving throughout the sewers and then making her way outside. All the while, the two remaining groups both back up from each other, guns pointing at each other, but a gun-out does not happen at the end of the day. And at the end, the boss lady ends up contacting Anna, and Anna talks about how she has intel on her, the boss lady, about this conversation she had with her, the one we saw earlier, one where she wears a hat, the hat had a camera on it, so that she can demand her freedom from even this boss lady's. And if she revealed it, then she would expose this woman. So Anna goes off on her own to have her freedom. And that was Anna. It's a bit action-packed. There's some of the romance stuff, etc., etc. There's a bit of time travel. There's a bit of that time travel, but going back and forth. Yeah, there were some confusing bits toward the end, though, so I will say that. Anyways, I think it's a solid movie overall. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It was enjoyable enough. I do think solidifying that part with the exchange could have been made a little bit simpler. And a few other parts toward the beginning I felt like could have been smoothed out just a bit there. Other than that, pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed it. That's my review for Anna. And if you enjoyed this review, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out those links in the description. One will head you over to my Discord server, the other to my Patreon page. Any donations are greatly appreciated. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye.